This weekend, UFC 328, CHIMAEV versus Strickland takes place. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my main card picks, who I think will win, and why, and to be fair, that's all I do in these videos, so let's just get straight into it. Start off with, we have King Green versus Jeremy Stephens. Right, okay, so King Green's got this in the bag, 1,000,000%. No denying it, you can't say no else about it. King Green has got this. If you think any other way, shape and form, I'm sorry, but get your head checked, please, pal, because Stephens is on, I think, a 7-fight losing streak, 6-fight losing streak. All I know, he's lost his offer in the UFC. He had 3 wins in BKFC, and then they allowed him back in UFC, which I don't know why. Don't get me wrong, I love Little Heathen. I absolutely love Little Heathen, Stephen, but he's not good at all, bro. They're both 39-year-old, right? Both 39-year-old. In their last 5 fights, King Green, I'm just gonna call him Bobby. I know his name's King, but I'm just gonna call him Bobby, bro. King Green, I just said it again, Jesus Christ. He's 3-2 in his last 5, right? He beat Daniel Zellhuber by TKO. Absolute amazing performance by him. Then he beat Lance Gibson Jr. He went on a 2-fight skid for a little bit because he lost to Mauricio Hufi and Paddy Pimblett. And before that, he beat Jamil at UFC 300, right? But Stephens lost to Mason Jones in the UFC, and before that, 3 years ago, he lost to Nathan Schultz, beat Miles Price, lost to Clay Collard, and then lost to Matush Gamrot. Okay? He's 4-1 in his last 5. Both with brilliant striking. Both have decent, well, no, I wouldn't say decent ground game, but they're used to ground game, I'd say. But, what do you call it? They have the exact same reach. They have near enough same leg reach. Green's got 2 inches of a height difference on Stephens, right? But Stephens has won more by knockout in his career. So if anything, Stephens has a better chance of winning by knockout in my opinion. Because Bobby has been finished hell of a lot of times. And Stephens has only been finished by knockout 3 times, right? But, keyword but, I think Bobby can pick him up at range with his guard down, catch him with a few jabs here and then, a few straights. What he normally does, keep his hand guard and get them coming in at him, catch him here and there. When they come forward, he can catch him with a right hand or a lead up coming in, which then hurts them. So I'm taking Bobby Green by round 3 TKO. He's a more logical pick. This fight will not go to the ground. If anything, Stephens won't take it to the ground. Stephens lost a bunch, has lost 5 fights by submission, and he's not a grappler at all. He's not a grappler at all. So, in my opinion, Stephens will just try and strike with him, swing with him. But, like I said, Green will use his regular stance with his hands down, shouting at him, mouthing off to him, hitting him here and there. When he backs off after landing a jab or two, he'll move back and catch him with your right hand, which then I think will drop Stephens, and then Green will get the finish. So yeah, King Green, round 3 TKO. Then we have Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Now then, this fight could go either way. Okay, if Joaquin comes out like Michael Morales did and just starts swinging on Brady, Buckley's won. Buckley's won 1,000,000%. For some reason, Brady, if he faces a power puncher, he's not winning. He's not winning at all. He can't win. If he gets hit with some type of power, he's going onto the floor and he's buckling in pain and he's buckling under the pressure. But if Sean Brady can try and grapple with Joaquin Buckley and he can get a grip on him and take him down, he's won. Because if we look at the last 5 fights, Sean Brady lost Michael Morales in round 1 due to a knockout, right? And then he went on a 3-fight winning streak. He beat Leon Edwards, Gilbert Burns, and Kelvin Gastelum, and before they got TKO by Bilal Muhammad. Such a shameful performance. But if we look at Joaquin's last 5 fights, before the Usman fight, he went on a 4-fight winning streak. Beat Vicente Luque, Nursultan Ruzaboev, Stephen Thompson, and Colby Covington, right? 3 ended in TKO. And then only last year he fought Kamaru Usman and lost by decision. I personally think if he gets wrestled, he ain't winning. Buckley hasn't got a good ground game, but he's got an immense stand-up game. He's very good at striking. He's very good at power shots, combos. If he can stay on the feet, Buckley's won. If he doesn't stay on the feet, Brady's won. But I think Brady succumbs to pressure rather quickly. So I personally believe Buckley will stay at range of him because he's got more reach on him and the leg reach is the same and they're the same height and all. So stats on just their features are pretty much near enough the exact same. So I personally believe Buckley will try and not keep him at range because it's kind of hard when you've not got a lot of reach on him. But if 400 is the reach, I think he'll jab and take him out of his legs and look for a big ass bomb to land on his jaw to take him out swiftly. Because that's what happened to Brady last outing against Michael Morales. He got cracked early on and he got taken down with strikes very early on. So I'm picking Buckley by round 1 knockout. Should I drink there? Yeah, I think it will by round 1 knockout. But although I think he'll win by round 1 knockout, if Brady does get him to the floor, Brady can win. But I don't know. I think Buckley is learned from the Usman fight. He needs to work on his ground game. So uh, I'm taking Buckley by either round 1 knockout or 29-28 decision. Then we have Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Right then. So within this fight, in my opinion, it'll be a very close fight. Very close fight. So in their last 5, Volkov has beat Jota Almeida, lost to Silgan, which is a fucking robbery, by the way. He should have won that fight. Sergey Pavlovich, Tadej Vasa, Alexander Romanov. Acosta knocked out Derek Lewis in the last fight, knocked out the Blob in his last fight, knocked out Ante Delhi in his last fight, and then before that he lost to Sergey Pavlovich, and then he beat Sergey Spivak. I personally think if it's stayed on the feet, Volkov's won. With reach advantage, he's got 2 inches of reach, but what he mainly uses is front kicks to keep him at range, right? I think if it's still on the feet, Volkov will win by decision, 29-28, or even a split decision, with front kicks, constant jabs, getting into the clinch and landing in knees, what he normally does. But what I personally do believe will happen is Acosta will take him down and just wrestle him because he can't get close to him. This is Volkov's 50th fight, right? He's gathering so much miles, right, on his goddamn tank. He's only 37, right? So he's getting up there in age. Acosta's 34. I personally believe Acosta will just take him down. What I think will happen is, I'm picking Acosta by decision, but what another outcome could possibly be is as they're standing up, Acosta swings a big fuck off bomb as they're standing up, which clips Volkov. But Volkov hasn't really been TKO'd much in his career. At 24 knockout wins, he's only been knocked out twice. Volkov only has 4 submission wins, submitted 3 times, and he's got 9 wins by decision and lost by decision 4 times. Acosta's only lost by decision. So I don't think Volkov will TKO Acosta, but I do think he can win on decision. But my main thing is, I think Acosta will win on decision by just holding him down. Because normally, with an opponent not Volkov, with an opponent Acosta can't strike with, he takes him down and he wrestles him and he gets him into the cage. So I personally think Acosta's heavier, fatter, more stockier. He's got more brute force against Volkov, so I'm picking Waldo Costa de Costa by decision. Then we have Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. I don't like either of these guys. I don't like either. But I'm picking Joshua Van to win. So because he's beaten Brandon Royval and Tatsuro lost to Royval. I don't know. MMA math doesn't work like that, and I know it's been proven that MMA math isn't a real thing, but I think Van's got the striking edge on Tatsuro Taira, but I still believe Van is a paper champion. Van is a paper. Van will, to me, will unless Van comes back and Pantoja comes back and Van properly beats him in an actual manner, then he's a true champion. But if he beats Tatsuro Taira, I'm still seeing both of these men as contenders up until Pantoja's return. These men are not champions. These men are so paper champs unless Pantoja comes back. Yes, Van has 5 inches less of reach to Tara and 3 inches less of leg reach. But I personally believe Van's got a slight striking advantage. But Tatsuro can get him to the floor, in my opinion, and grapple with him. But only reason why I'm picking Van is because he beat Royval whilst Tyra lost to him, right? This fight, I think this fight will go to decision. These men will not get finished either way, shape, or form. Tyra's only loss consisted of decision. Van has been knocked out before by Charles Johnson. So I'm picking Van by like 49-46 decision on the scorecards. I think his takedown defense game is rather good. But Van is just not a good fighter in my opinion. He's not a good champion in my opinion. Pantoja will come back and beat both of these men, but I'm picking Van by 49-46. Uh, can I see Tyra winning in any way, shape, or form? Yes, if he can willingly keep him to the mat, easily keep him to the mat. That way, I can see him winning. But if he doesn't, Van will get stand back up and just get pieces off, bro. Tee off, get combos off easy, 1-2 uppercuts to the body, slip and just catch him here and there. So yeah, Van by 49-46 decision. Finally, Jesus Christ. We have Sean Strickland versus Hamzat Boris Chimaev. Right then. This fight is going to give me nightmares because I love both of these men with passion. I don't know who will win this fight. I am mixed on who will win this fight because I think both can win the fight. This is the only fight I will not pick to win. Right. Hamza 15-0. Strickland 30-7. They both got similar reach. Strickland got one more extra inch of reach on Hamza, 1.5 inch of reach on leg reach, right? Hamza has clearly the ground game advantage. Power advantage, probably yes. But Strickland has the striking advantage immensely, and he also has the stand-up advantage and the cardio advantage. In Hamzat's last 5 fights, he took Dricus down for 25 minutes easy. He then submitted Whitaker in round 1. He beat Usman. He beat Kevin Holland and he beat Gilbert Burns. In Strickland's last 5 fights, beat Hernandez by round 3 TKO, lost to Dricus by 50-45, beat Paulo Costa, lost to Dricus, which was a robbery by the way in their first fight, and then beat Israel Adesanya. So, I personally believe these 2 fights, well this fight here, is the closest fight we'll ever see in Hamzat's career. If Hamzat can take Strickland down, easy on, without any struggle from Strickland, he'll win. He'll win easy as well. But I personally believe if Strickland does show some adversity to Hamzat's ground game, and he wrestles out of it, not relatively easy, but shows some struggle against Hamzat, and he makes it to round 3, putting the pressure on Hamzat on the ground and potentially on the feet here and there, Strickland can win by round 4 or 5 TKO, or even by decision if Hamzat's that's tired. Because I know full well Strickland is working on takedown defense game. Dricus, in my opinion, expected to walk in there and win easy by just pure physical stature and strength, which didn't work obviously. But I do believe both men have got good chance of winning this fight. Hamzat's a warrior on the ground and can easily submit Strickland, but Strickland's never been submitted in the UFC before in his entire career. Yeah, Hamzat's never lost, but I still believe Strickland has immense chances of winning the fight by TKO in the later rounds if his cardio persists. So if I were you, I'd have two betting lines, right? I have two betting lines. I would pick Green, Buckley, Acosta, Van, and then on two, I would pick one for Hamzat and one for Strickland. But I can't because I can't bet against either. So yeah, round 1 or 2 submission for Hamzat, 3, 4, 5 TKO for Strickland. But these are my picks. Please let me know what you guys think, and yeah, I want to hear your picks. Have a good day and goodbye and good night.